Okay, I just wanted to show this to some of you older electronics tech guys. Yeah, if you remember or not, this is a Heathkit model GSA-1197. Let's see if I'm right about that. GC-1197. Okay. This is a kit that I built back in 1976, Heathkit. And the Heathkit clock, you could buy it just as a clock only. Or if you wanted to, you could opt to get a second kit, which is this circuit board right here, which actually is for chimes, for Westminster chimes. Okay, you can see all the, these chips right in here. These are all tone generators. In 1976, this is really, to me at least, very advanced electronics for the time. I couldn't pass that up. I just liked it so much, I decided I was going to buy this thing and put it together for my parents and use it for many years. And to be honest with you, it was sitting in a cabinet in my laundry room for quite a long time because I thought there was something wrong with it I couldn't figure out. So I don't know, I just got kind of curious. I got the bug about this thing, and I decided I'm going to take a look at it. And I plugged it in and turned it on, and my God, everything works perfectly. The Chimes circuit board. I could barely make out the numbers. Let's get a flashlight here. It's a GSA 1193-1. GSA 1193-1. Okay, just for, I don't know, maybe that number will come in handy for somebody. I don't know, but I just thought I'd mention it. Okay, this is something a modification I made on this clock. All right. Okay, when I first got this clock, after I got it all put together and everything was working just fine. Right now, I got a clock plugged in, obviously. The display right now is a little bit on the dim side because of the lighting in here. So, but I put a light on this photocell here. Make a light out of me. See if I care. Oh, if I bump that switch back here. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, there we go. I had a switch. I put a switch on there so I could have the display on dim at all times. Like if you have it in a bedroom or something like that. Or I don't know. I just thought it'd be a good idea. So, there's a photocell right here that senses the amount of light in the room, and then if it gets darker, then the display dims. Okay. Well, one thing I noticed that this clock was doing, almost from the get-go, was that the individual segments, each segment has its own little incandescent bulb. All right, and what would happen, they would flicker, they would get light and dim, like a bad connection. And what it is, they use these types of sockets. Okay, this socket, a PC mount. You can see that right there. Okay, and then the contacts. And that accepts a bayonet style bulb. This type of bulb. Okay, and those connections, they get intermittent. And no amount of cleaning would solve the problem permanently. So I finally decided I'm going to do something about it. What I did was, I decided to use a different kind of a bulb. So what I got was a this video is obviously not rehearsed. Let's put the camera down for a second. Come on. Okay. Got his little guys. This is like a E5 base, screw base bulb. Okay, I think it's I forget. I think it's 1.5 watts, if I remember correctly. Incandescent. Okay, little screw base. And right there, you can see it on one of the sockets right there. The screw base socket. I'll take this segment off so you can see it better. Okay. And that pretty much solved my issues. Not 100%. Still, once in a while, I still would have a problem with maybe a segment or two might flicker a little bit. Well, yesterday I decided what I'm going to do is take all the bulbs out, and I put some, sanded the center terminal on each bulb lightly, and then put on some dielectric grease and put everything all back together again. And so far, everything's been working fine. This was a really fun kit to build. I thought, it's really too bad that they don't have these anymore. Nowadays, nothing is component level. Everything's just boards. If something goes wrong, you take a board out and stick a new one in. Well, it kind of takes all the fun out of electronics, really, in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to put this back in its cabinet. Then I'm going to then I'll turn on the chime so you can hear it. Okay, when you first plug this clock in and then and set the time, it kind of goes through like a little bit of I don't know if you want to actually call it like a diagnostic mode or whatever. And it kind of it chimes the full Westminster chime, and then it chimes 12, and then a gong 12 times, and then it 8 more notes. It does another like a half past the hour chime, and then after that, then it may or may not do it the correct thing right now. I don't know. We'll find out. It might just chime 4 times possibly. So hopefully it'll work okay. If it isn't, I'll make it work. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, see, it didn't, it's not calibrated right yet. But I think you get the idea. Okay, now there's the 2 switches that set this are on the bottom, and the one is just you can set the minutes slowly, or this is fast. This is high speed. and the one on the right is slow speed. So I'm going to set this now for, it might not, still might not work, it has to do it on its own. But I'll set this right now for a 159 and see what happens when it gets to be 2 o'clock. Yeah, take my word for it. It does work. It works perfectly. Once it sets itself up, you know, by itself. Little ticking. It's got a tick in it. All that little. Yeah, it's gonna work this time. Yeah, the tick is a, well, it's another feature that the chime board had on it too. And you can, another nice thing about this clock, little bugger's heavy, you know. It probably weighs about maybe 10, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds, something like that. On the back here, you can see that you can adjust the volume, and you can adjust the decay. That's the amount of time it takes for the chimes to stop chiming. And then you got the tick-tock volume, and then you also have the pitch, which has quite a range actually, up and down. And then I went ahead and I did this. I put a this time hold button on here, and what that does is, if you really want to set the clock where it's right to the second, you listen to for some kind of an accurate time base like WWV or something like that, or just using your cell phone to get the exact time. You hold that button in until the time catches up to where you're at, and then you let go of the button, and then it resumes. Then the clock's counter, you know, resumes. There's also a switch on here where you can turn the chimes on and off. Let's see. Yeah, that little toggle switch on the top there is for that, what I showed you a little while ago, to turn the display, you know, brighter, or on automatic dim, or just dim all the time. And these switches on the bottoms are the one I just used to show you that to set the time with. It's nice. It's really a very nice clock. That's just that's a real classic. They're very, very rare. I'm not going to say this guy would get it, but I saw a guy selling one of these online with just the clock, not the chimes, and he wanted $11.95. I think that's kind of $1,195. I think that's a little bit kind of ridiculous, you know, but still, I know these clocks, they are in demand. And if I see one someplace where the price is reasonable enough, or, you know, I probably would jump at it, because I wouldn't mind having another one of these. Really, I'd really like this. Yeah, it's just a digital clock, and it's got, you know, it's got the chimes and stuff like that. And you think, well, okay, well, so what? You know, there's a lot of digital clocks around with chimes and stuff, but this is classic electronics, you know. And, you know, I built it myself, and it's way in advance for its day. And you just don't find anything like this anymore. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Leave me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.